Do you ever feel like you've lost your way? Like the person you dreamed of becoming is just a distant memory? That was Jake Miller. Once a star on the track, his life had become a predictable loop of spreadsheets and coffee-stained mugs. The finish lines he once chased were replaced by deadlines, each day feeling a little heavier, a little grayer than the last. He was stuck, running in place, while his dreams collected dust in the attic of his mind. But sometimes, the universe sends a sign in the most unexpected form. For Jake, that sign was an 11-year-old girl named Sophie Nguyen. One afternoon, while lost in his usual haze of quiet desperation, he saw her. She was learning to walk again after a major surgery, her small frame a picture of pure determination. He watched as she took a tentative step, then another. She stumbled, her legs giving way, and for a moment the world held its breath. But then a sound broke the silence. Laughter. Sophie laughed, pushed herself up, and prepared to try again. Jake, moved by her resilience, walked over. "Doesn't that hurt?" he asked, his voice filled with a mix of concern and awe. Sophie looked up at him, her eyes bright and clear, and flashed a smile that could light up the entire park. "Yeah," she said, without a hint of self-pity. "But it means I'm still moving forward. Still moving forward." Those words echoed in Jake's mind long after he left the park. They were simple, yet they held a profound truth that had been buried under years of routine and regret. He had been so focused on the giant leap he could make that he'd forgotten the power of a single step. That night, something shifted within him. He dug through his closet, past forgotten clothes and old memorabilia, until his fingers brushed against a familiar, worn-out texture. His old running shoes. He laced them up, the simple act feeling both foreign and deeply familiar. He didn't set a grand goal. No marathon, no record-breaking time, just one block. That was the promise he made to himself, one block. The air burned in his lungs, his muscles screamed in protest, and every part of him wanted to turn back. It was slow, it was painful, and it was incredibly lonely. But with each labored breath, with each footfall on the pavement, he felt a flicker of the old Jake returning. He was no longer just existing, he was moving. Day after day, one block turned into two, then a mile, then more. The gray fog in his mind began to lift, replaced by the crisp morning air and the steady rhythm of his own heartbeat. He signed up for a local 5K race, a tangible goal to mark his return. The finish line was in sight again, not just on a track, but in his life. He was training, pushing himself, feeling alive in a way he hadn't in years. But life, as it often does, had another test in store. Just days before the race, on his final training run, a misstep, a sharp, searing pain shot through his ankle. He had twisted it. The disappointment was crushing. It felt like a cruel joke to come so far, only to be tripped up at the very end. For a moment, the old despair threatened to swallow him whole. But then, he remembered Sophie's smile, her laugh in the face of a fall. He wasn't broken, just sidelined. So, instead of running the race, Jake decided to be a part of it. He volunteered, handing out water cups to the runners, his heart a strange mix of envy and pride. And then he saw her, a small figure, moving with a determined, steady gait. It was Sophie. She was running, no, more like power walking, with an infectious grin on her face. As she passed his water station, she spotted him. Her face lit up. "You taught me not to stop," she shouted over the cheering crowd, her voice filled with a strength that belied her size. In that moment, Jake's twisted ankle didn't matter. His own race was forgotten. Watching Sophie, who had learned to walk again, now conquering a 5K, was a victory more profound than any personal best. He had inspired her, just as she had inspired him. A year passed, a year of healing, of patient training, of understanding that setbacks are not dead ends, but detours. Jake returned to the same 5K, his ankles strong, his spirit stronger. As he stood at the starting line, a familiar face appeared beside him. It was Sophie, now walking with an easy confidence, her braces gone. They looked at each other and smiled, an unspoken understanding passing between them. The starting gun fired, and they ran. They ran together, side by side, a seasoned runner and a young girl who had redefined what it meant to be strong. They weren't competing against the clock or the other runners. They were celebrating the journey. As they approached the finish line, the crowd's cheers rising to a roar, Jake felt an overwhelming sense of peace. He looked at Sophie, running freely beside him, and then at the finish line, and he understood. You don't need to see the whole road ahead. You just need to take that first step, and then the next. You just need to keep moving forward, because it's the small steps, the ones we take when we feel like giving up, that lead to our greatest leaps. What's the one small step you can take today? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that hopefully inspires you to keep moving forward. We'll see you in the next one.